Hey there guys, Tom here. Welcome back to my movie channel and thank you very much for joining me for this, my review of the brand new film, Brightburn. And if you thought Zack Snyder's Superman was dark, you ain't seen nothing yet. So Brightburn stars Elizabeth Banks, David Denman, and Jackson Dunn, and basically is the story of reverse Superman. What happens if Superman lands on Earth and ends up being a bad kid? Have you seen Brightburn or are you looking forward to Brightburn? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down below and let's carry on the discussion. So Brightburn is a movie that I've actually been quite excited for some time now since I saw that first trailer. And that first trailer, I'm like, just seems like a Superman ripoff. And then that twist happens in the trailer and you're like, oh my god, this movie looks awesome. And Brightburn has a lot of things in it that are very, very cool. Jackson Dunn, who plays Brandon, the kid in the film, oh my god, what a creepy kid and what a creepy performance. He's terrifying and he's also great in this film. Scenes of him destroying buildings and killing people and his eyes turning red. It's awesome. His powers are awesome as well. He doesn't just have the exact same powers as Superman. He does have some different abilities. And I thought the first two acts of this film were very strong, especially between David Denman and Elizabeth Banks. They play his parents in the film, Tori and Kyle, and they're back and forth as well in their dynamic. And the first two acts really, it's kind of like a family drama. Brandon discovering his powers, his parents discovering Brandon's powers as well, and getting, as the film progresses, they become more and more aware of his powers, and holy shit, we've adopted a monster. But they also argue over Brandon. Like, the dad at a certain point is like, this kid is gonna destroy everything. What do we do about it? We have to try and do something. And Elizabeth Banks is kind of like, well, no, he's our son. I have to protect him, despite where he may have come from or what he's done, he's still our son. We have still raised him and I love him. And I love that mother-son dynamic in this film too, because it does, mirror like the Superman thing of Martha and Clark. And I'm not really a big Elizabeth Banks fan, but I thought she was sensational in this film. I really did. And you really get the sense that, she really wants to protect her son and she wants Brandon to be a good kid and she still sees the good in him. At least that's what she says, despite the fact that Brandon has done some horrible, horrible shit. And like I said, the first two acts are very strong. They are the best parts of the movie. The tension that builds, the suspense, the jump scares, Brandon himself, the superpowers, his costume, I thought is awesome. The whole mask and the red eyes and the cape, I thought that was great. There are some very creepy sequences. There's some very fun sequences. Unfortunately for Brightburn, the movie falls apart in the third act, which really sucks. I was really hoping that Brightburn would really stick its landing, and I don't think it did. Because here's the thing with this film. Throughout the first two acts, and even in the third act, the movie foreshadows a lot of things, and it plants a lot of seeds here and there that you go, oh, that could be a clue for answers we're going to get later. And oh, there's another clue for what could possibly come. And you're thinking throughout the entire movie, well, okay, so it's clearly building up to a big explanation or a big reveal at the end. The movie really doesn't give you any exposition as to any answers at all. You kind of leave the movie like, okay, well, there was some cool shit and the kid destroyed some things and he's got some awesome like Superman powers, but I really don't know why any of this happened at all. And that's the biggest criticism I have of this movie. And I'm always complaining that movies tend to explain way too much and treat the audience like they're dumb. This movie didn't explain hardly anything. And it almost feels like to me they were setting all this up on purpose to do a sequel. And I understand that studios are all about making sequels and wanting to do like a whole string of movies off their original projects, but you've got to also make a good standalone movie, and Brightburn sort of kind of sets up stuff, but it doesn't explain any of it at all. And again, I was just left with this sense of I don't know why any of this happened. And also I would have liked this movie to have some more deeper meaning to it, and I feel like the movie was kind of just all action and thriller and horror, and that's great, but but there's nothing to it. So overall, guys, I have to say I found Brightburn quite disappointing, despite the fact that it does have some very cool scenes. And the first two acts I thought were very strong, but unfortunately the third act, while again, the third act has some cool scenes, but it just falls apart as far as any kind of explanation goes. There was nothing to this movie. It's really kind of surface level to me, when it really had the potential to be so much more than that. So overall, I found it disappointing. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, remember, hit that subscribe button, ring that notifications bell so that you never miss out on my take on all things movies. Have you seen Brightburn, or are you looking forward to Brightburn? Whatever your thoughts are on this film, make sure you jump down into the comments section below, and let's carry on this discussion. Thank you once again for watching. My name is Tom, and I will see you guys next time.